Hello everyone. I hope you all had a great holiday. I hope you got to rest and relax, spend some time with family and friends before we had to head back to school for our next semester. Hey, I'm in what's called the student preview in our course. So this means this should be what you see when you open up our course. There are a few things that are a little different this semester, so I wanted to quickly go over those. Excuse me. Okay. Our required text for this course is Developing Readers in the Academic Disciplines. This is the second edition. You can't really see it on this, but it says right here, second edition. This was published in 2017, so make sure that you have the second edition and not the first edition. You can have this electronically, or you can have this in book form, whichever is most convenient for you. Let's go back to our content. Okay, below that you'll see our folder containing your syllabus, a link for course messages, and remember that Blackboard Messages is the preferred way of communication in the course. There is a link to your grades. There is a general discussion board here for student use. This will not be graded. It will not be monitored for academic purposes. This is just a place that if you have questions or you want to share a resource you found, or you need clarity or advice about something within the course, then feel free to use this to discuss things with your peers. Okay. This semester we will actually be using modules. Some of you that were in my class last semester know we used a module format, but it was in a folder. This was actually in what's called a Blackboard module. You need to make sure that you pay close attention to the due dates within the modules. Days that assignments are due are not always consistent across the modules, and what I mean by that is just because some assignments are due on Sunday, other ones may not be due on Sunday. So make sure that you check those carefully. It is your responsibility to be familiar with and adhere to those due dates. And again, this semester, late work will not be accepted. Okay, when we click on that module, you'll see that there's a table of content over to the side, and this lists all of the things that you are to do this semester, or I'm sorry, in this module. There's also a navigation with an arrow here. You do have to access each one in sequential order. The first one that you'll see will be the list of assignments. The assignments for this video are to watch the class introduction video, to read your syllabus and submit the syllabus acknowledgement form, to watch Elizabeth Mohi's keynote speech, and we'll look at that in just a minute, and complete a discussion board post assignment. This is a little different than a regular discussion board, and we'll look at that in just a moment. That will be due Sunday, January 28th, which, by the way, is the end of this module. Okay, you're to read chapters 1 and 2 in your book, and to complete the 2 chapter quizzes. You have 1 quiz for each chapter. Okay, let's move on to the next item. Okay, this is the syllabus acknowledgement form. Scroll down just a little bit. You'll see that the syllabus is linked here as well as in the syllabus folder. There's also the syllabi acknowledgement form is listed here as well. This is the form that you will need to submit, and by submitting this form, that is acknowledging that you have read and you do understand the terms of the syllabus. Okay. The next item in your list is to watch the Elizabeth Mohi, her keynote speech on disciplinary literacy. The video is embedded here. You can click and watch it, or you can also click on the link in YouTube and that will take you to the video. When you do the discussion board assignment that we're going to look at next, you will have to include specific information from the video. So if I were you, I would take notes. You may want to go ahead and look at the assignment that's coming up next and take notes pertaining to the prompt in the assignment as you watch the video. Okay, so let's look at that assignment, and it'll help you better understand what I'm talking about. Okay. This is a graded assignment. It's worth 50 points. It's not 35 points because this is not a normal discussion board. This is actually an assignment separate from that. You must make an initial post and reply to 2 peer posts. Each of those posts must be 100 words in length. And for numbers 2 through 4 of the prompt, you must provide specific information from the video. You also must successfully meet all criteria in the rubric to receive full credit. And this is not our normal discussion board rubric, and we're going to look at that rubric in just a second. That's one of the new things I wanted to show you in this module. Okay. The initial response to the prompt is due by Thursday, January 18th, and your peer responses are due by Sunday, January 28th, and this assignment is worth 50 points. Okay, so the prompt, excuse me. Number 1 says, what was your initial response to the term disciplinary literacy? Before watching this video, and there's not a wrong answer here, but what did you think disciplinary literacy meant before you watched this video? And again, there's no right or wrong answer on that one. That is just your thoughts. Okay, on number 2, how did your understanding evolve as you watched Mohi's keynote speech? This is one of the ones where you'll need to cite some information, specific information from the video in your response. Number 3, what information was surprising to you? That will also require you to include specific information from the video. And the last one, what are your questions and concerns after watching the video? Again, you will need to make sure you include specific information from the video. Okay, when you click to open this assignment, you'll see this blue link that says click to launch. So when you click that, it will bring up the screen where you can create a thread for the discussion board. But before you do that, I want to show you something a little different, and this is grading information. If you look to the left, you see this grading information. When you click on that link, it will take you to a screen, and if you'll look over to the right-hand side, you see this little square over here. When you click on that square, it will bring up the rubric that will be used to assess your post. Okay. You will be graded on 3 areas. You will be graded on, just a little bit. Okay. You will be graded on your initial post. You'll be graded on your replies to your peers, and you'll be graded on grammar. Initial post is worth 33% of the 50 points. Replies to peers is worth 34%, and grammar is worth 33%. Now you'll notice there is a 4, 3, 2, 1, and 0 in each one of these areas. A 4 is the best score that you can get for that area of the rubric. You can see here that a 4 is worth 16.5 points, or 33% of the 50 points. You can see with a 3, it reduces the points, and also that percentage is going down as well, all the way down to where you would get, if you get a 0, you get no points for that portion of the rubric. In replies to peers, let me look back at initial post again. For a 4, you must make, your initial post is made by the due date and completely addresses all areas of the prompt. In replying to peers, you need to reply to 2 peers' posts with an insightful and complete reply consisting of information from the video and is at least 100 words in length. So you must provide information from the video on numbers 2 through 4 on that prompt. Okay, and the last area is grammar. In order to receive a 4 for grammar, your post must be grammatically correct. It must have correct spelling and correct punctuation. Okay, once your assignment has been graded, you'll be able to pull this rubric up again, and what you'll see is whatever your score is will be highlighted. So in your initial post, if you received a 4, then this box will be highlighted. On replies to peers, if you received a 3, then this box will be highlighted, and that way you know exactly why you received a particular score. Okay, so now we're back to creating a threads screen. So here's where you would click to actually create your thread and answer that prompt. Okay, so now we are back to our screen where you can see our table of contents. You'll see the next item after you have watched the speech and done your discussion board assignment is the Developing Readers in Academic Disciplines. That's what this stands for. Chapter 1 quiz. So when you click on that, it will bring up the screen, then click to launch, and that will bring up your quiz. This semester you will only have 1 attempt to take your quizzes, and this one happens to be due Sunday, January 28th at 11:59 p.m., which is the end of this module. Okay, on the Chapter 2 quiz, it has the same criteria. You will only have 1 attempt at the quiz, and it will be due Sunday, January 28th by 11:59 p.m. This text is a very reader-friendly text. I think you will really enjoy reading it. I did appreciate those of you that were in my class last semester. I appreciated your feedback on the text that we use. That helps us every semester to make changes and hopefully try to meet your needs as best we can. All right, I hope you all have a wonderful semester. I am always available through Blackboard messages to answer any questions you might have. You may also call me during my office hours, and that is my office hours, and my phone number are listed in the syllabus if you should need those. All right, I hope you have a great week.